Extreme isolation, horrible living conditions. That's how investigators describe a child neglect case in Milwaukee.
Details are just awful here. Two children seen walking naked and bloody. Christina Van Zels is live with why child advocates believe this went unnoticed for so long. Christina?
Yeah, Mary, when we first aired this story about the children's living conditions, which police describe as being covered in feces, a lot of you have asked, how did it get to this point? So we did dig into some of the resources that could help you save a life.
Boarded up windows and no sign of kids.
That's a lot of isolation in that home.
That's until a neighbor saw two children, ages 7 and 9, walking around naked with blood on them and called 911.
Neglect is actually one of the most common forms of child abuse.
Susan Conwell is the executive director for Kids Matter. The organization helps abused and neglected children heal. She says, generally speaking, neglect makes up 60% of child abuse cases in Milwaukee County.
These children need help.
And that's what investigators say happened here near 71st and Stevenson. 34-year-old Katie Cook and 38-year-old Joel Mankey were arrested last week. Charges include child neglect.
The neighbor that contacted the authorities could very well have saved the kids' lives.
Children's Wisconsin Child Advocacy and Protection Services says every situation is different, but there are red flags. Things like a child missing school, significant weight loss, or not having proper clothing.
It can be anywhere from very serious cases like this that are potentially life-threatening to just cases where a child is not receiving adequate education.
Police described the home on South 71st as a hoarding situation. Another reason child advocates believe the children could have gone unnoticed.
It's not that unusual that people don't let anyone in the home.
Bottom line, if you see something that doesn't look right, the best thing to do is speak up.
If you believe that a child is being neglected, you can call this phone number on your screen. It's 414-220-SAFE. Child advocates say if you do report it, it's also helpful to have any specific details like an address or specifically what you saw. Of course, if it's an emergency and you believe a child is in danger, call 911. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Christina Van Zelst, FOX 6 News.
We will continue to follow this story. Christina, thanks.